So Akshita, Lakshmi and Sanobar, are you able to hear me well? So okay, so first of all we are going to do a case study. Fine, everyone? Fine, Akshita, Lakshmi and Sanobar? Okay, okay, fine. So it is going to come on the board in few seconds, okay? So you might be aware of the company Amazon, right? Amazon.com, right? You know, you people might be doing online shopping on that, right? So what do you know about Amazon.com? Would you like to share information with me? What all things you know about Amazon.com? Yes, Akshita, Lakshmi and Sanobar, what all things you know about Amazon.com? Please let me know in the chat box. What all information you have for this Amazon.com? Yeah, we can purchase online and we can purchase, all kind of stuff here, like ranging from clothes to toys, right? Gadgets, accessories, beauty accessories, jewelries, everything, right? Yeah, books, clothes, everything. What else you know about it? Would you like to share that information with me? Okay, okay. All right. So can you see the document on the board? Okay, okay, fine. So let's learn about this. I hope you are able to see the board properly. Lakshmi, Akshata, Sanobar. Amazon.com is one of the biggest success stories of the internet. It was started by Jeff Bezos from a garage in Seattle, Washington in 1995. So this website, Amazon.com, was started in 1995. Okay. And it is the largest online retailer in the world. Okay. Bezos was the Times Magazine's Person of the Year in 1999 for popularizing online shopping. So see, this Amazon is quite famous when it comes to online shopping. So he was being awarded Person of the Year in 1999 in Times Magazine. Those people who are very famous, they get some ranking in under Time Magazine, right? So this guy was awarded the most popular man of 1999. His company originally sold only books but has diverged into, so earlier it used to sell books when it was being started. But owing to because of the grand success in that domain, they might have switched over to other domains too. They have started selling music, video games, toys, electronics and other popular ranges of goods. So see, if any company is doing well in one domain, they try to switch over to the other domain too, so that people can do all kinds of shopping from the same spot because everyone wants to save time, right? This is how they can do good business, right? The person who might have come to their shop for jewelry, okay, might be doing, they might look they might get allured by the clothes and they may buy it there as well, that as well, right? Amazon has cleverly marketed itself worldwide by establishing separate websites in different countries. So how they market themselves in different countries, it's not like Amazon has just got buyers from a particular country. It has buyers from all through the globe. Okay, in 2007 Amazon launched its Kindle ebook reader, which now enjoys a huge share of that market. A year later, it teamed up with toys and electronic makers to sell goods and with minimal packing to help the environment. Okay, it remains an innovative leader in the area of online commerce. So it is a very, very giant name. It is a giant company when it comes to online commerce, right? And it has wide range of products. When it was being started up, it just used to sell what? Book. But later on, they also set up. They also started selling like everything, right? Ranging from dresses to jewelry to cosmetics. Is it clear, everyone? Wilfred Francis, are you there? Wilfred Francis, are you there? Okay, so is this your first class, Wilfred? Okay, so welcome to the class. Okay, and if you are not able to follow anything, just let me know in the chat box, and you can even raise your hands, and I would request you to be very regular in class so that you can take the advantage of live classes, because in live classes obviously videos for these classes are available, okay, recordings, but if you are not able to follow anything, you won't be able to ask when it comes to video, right? Here you can sort out your doubts in live. Okay, so that is the that is the advantage of having live classes. Okay, and attendance also contributes to grade. Okay, it's okay. Attendance also contributes to grade. Okay, so I would request you to be regular, and this class is being taken by Vashisth sir. He is a bit ill today, so I am teaching. I take business English classes. Okay, I teach business English and communication and HR too. Is it clear? So today we are doing a case study on Amazon. Now Akshata, Lakshmi, you people are not responding. Are you there or not? Please let me know in the chat box. And Sanoma, did you follow the case study? Now I would request you people to read it once again on your own. Okay, then we'll switch over to the exercises associated with this. Fine? Okay, Lakshmi, great. So I have already read this paragraph about Amazon. I would request you to read it again by yourself. Okay, and then we'll switch over to the exercises. Fine, everyone? Is it clear? Sanobar, Lakshmi, Akshata, Wilfred, just read it from Amazon till online. Go ahead, please. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. So take your time and read it properly. And once you are done with it, just type done in the chat box, everyone out there. And Wilfred, I would request you to read it as well, because afterwards you will have to solve exercises on that, okay, related to the same passage. Okay, is everyone done with the same? See, whatever classes you haven't attended, recordings are there. Okay, in the portal itself you can see the recordings, and after seeing the recordings, once you are once you are done with the recordings and still you are not able to follow anything, that you can ask the specific teacher whose recordings you have seen in the class itself. Okay, is it clear? Yeah, good evening Sheikh and Prabhavati. Hi Kelvin, Dilshan. Okay, fine. So today your sir is a bit ill. Okay, so this class actually this was being told to me at the last moment. So I was being asked to take the class. Okay, so I am teaching a case study. Okay, on Amazon. You must be aware of Amazon.com. Very good evening, Prabhavati. Yeah. So what you have to do, you have to read it from here till here. I have already read it. Okay. See, when it comes to Amazon.com, it is an online shopping portal, right? And it is one of the biggest, it has got one of the biggest success stories when it comes to online shopping. People from all through the globe do online shopping on Amazon.com, right? Including you and me. So it was started by Jeff Bezos from a garage in Seattle, Washington in 1995 and is now the largest online retailer in the world. Okay. Bezos was, and it got so much success that Bezos was being elected as the most person of the year in 1909 in Time magazine. Okay, so those people who do very well in their fields, in their specific areas, they get position, they get rankings, right, in Times magazine, right, including actor and actresses, right, everyone? Am I correct or not? Okay, so he was ranked as a, he was given that honor of being the person of the year in 1909 because he popularized online shopping. Those people who do exceptionally well in their areas, they get some kind of rankings there. His company originally sold only books. So when this was being launched, it used to sell only books. It was only confined to selling books. But it has they might be selling books initially, but when it got huge success in that area, they switched over to other products too, because nowadays people have got less time, so that's why they prefer to do online shopping. Okay, they can buy at the comfort of home. Okay, and obviously it can be delivered, and if they don't like it, people will take it back, right? The specific site people, okay, website people, and also they want everything at one spot, right? So that's why they might have, if a particular company does well in one area, they start, selling other products too, so that they can, if one person is coming to one place, in order to save time, they can do other shoppings as well from the same spot, right? So that's why this trend is being followed now, right? Rather than going for from shop to shop and wasting time, right? Supermarket kind of trend is now extensively being followed everywhere, right? Is it okay? Right. So to save time now. So his company originally sold only books, but it has diversified into selling music, video games, toys, electronics, and other popular range of goods. Whatever, see, with the increasing demands for something, they launch that thing. If people, they might be selling books, then people might have asked for cosmetics. They started selling that. Now people might have asked for electronics. So based on the demand of customers, they keep on launching new services on their site. Okay. Amazon has cleverly marketed itself worldwide, and it's not like Amazon only sell products in India or Dubai. They sell products all through the globe. Okay. And they market themselves all through the globe by establishing separate websites in different countries. Okay. So they have separate websites for marketing in different countries. In 2007, Amazon launched its Kindle ebook reader, which now enjoys a huge share of that market. A year later, it teamed up with toy and electronic makers to sell goods with minimal packing to help the environment. So they are eco-friendly too, because they don't waste much money in packing. Whatever they are going to send you, it will have minimal packing, because they might want to conserve paper, and they don't want to use much plastic. Okay, which is non-biodegradable, right? So that's why. So they are eco-friendly as well. They want to do justice with the environment too. It remains an innovative leader in the area of online commerce. Fine, is it clear? Akshata, Lakshmi, Sanobar, Wilfred, Seher, Dilshan, Prabha, Sheikh, Kelvin, Sandeep, Ajit, and Nixon. All right. Now, so let's do some exercises related to this. Everyone has read that? Okay. So now, after reading that passage, you have to fill in the gaps with the appropriate words. Is it clear, everyone? What you have to do here, and then you have to do this. You have to, correct the spelling. Biggest, success. The spelling here it would be success, right? Rest you have to do. So come on, do this and this, and then we'll switch over to the HR thing. Fine? Is it clear? Yeah, just finish it. These two exercises. Okay. See, Francis, what you have to do here, you have to fill in the gaps with the appropriate words. Okay? Like Amazon is dash success stories. Here you have already read. I'll show you. Amazon is one of the biggest success stories. Yeah. Is it clear? How you have to fill and what you have to fill? Okay. Yeah. So just write down you have to type the answers in the chat box itself. So please do that. Okay. Okay. So you have to do both the exercises, this and this. Okay. So is everyone done with the same? Lakshmi, you'll have to wait for a few minutes. I'm just giving you 5 more minutes. Just try to finish it up. Okay. Just try to sum it up so that we can switch over to the next thing. Okay. Now we are going to switch over to the HR thing after this. Okay. Now, so the evolution of management thought we have already finished, I guess. Right? Okay. Now the next thing we are going to do is, communication and interpersonal skills. This is what I'm going to cover now. The communication process, methods of communication, interpersonal communication. Okay. So these steps we are going to do today. So first of all, we are going to do communication process. 4 minutes to go. Just finish it, please. Okay, fine. Akshata, how about you? Have you finished it or not? All right. Great. Next one. 4 minutes to go. Just finish it in 4 minutes, please. Over. Let's switch over to the HR thing. Fine. So time is over. Fine. So are you able to see the board properly? Everyone out there? Is everyone able to see the board properly? All right. So the goal of, what is the communication process and what is the goal of Ajit, you are not able to see the board properly? How about now? Are you able to see it now? Ajit? I guess there is some issue at your end. Why don't you refresh your page? Will you mind refreshing your page? Okay. Other than Ajit, are others able to see the board properly? Please let me know. Alright, thank you. Now, so Ajit, you can try doing that. Okay. Wilfred, you are also not able to see the board properly? Wilfred, what is the issue you are facing? You can also, extreme left, okay. You can adjust it at your end. If you want, you can adjust it at your end, okay? Are you able to see it now? Okay, I don't know what is you can, Ajit, yeah, you can do one thing, Ajit and Wilfred, you can adjust the board at your end. Okay, then you would be able to see it. Fine. Okay, fine. Now, see, the goal of communication is to convey information, right? We are communicating here. I am speaking, I am the speaker, you are the listener, right? And what is the goal of this communication? To convey information, right? And the understanding of that information. So, I am conveying information, being the sender, and you are the receiver, you are understanding it as per your knowledge and perception. From one person to or group to another person or group. This communication process is divided into three basic components. A sender transmits a message through a channel to the receiver. Right? Figure shows a more elaborate model. The sender first develops an idea. Right? So I am the sender. I might have developed idea. I might have chalked out what I need to teach. I might have chalked out the material. Right? Which is composed into a message, okay, and then transmitted to the other party, right? So whatever will be there as a knowledge in my mind, I will put it, I will put it in the form of a soft copy on the board, and then I'm going to convey my ideas, right? So I might have developed the idea today that, okay, I'm going to teach them this. I'm going to teach them about Amazon.com, right? I'm going to teach them about communication process, right? So first the sender develops an idea. It is composed into a message and then transmitted to the other party. And once it is being transmitted, now I'm transmitting the message about communication process, and you are interpreting the message and receiving the meaning, right? Information theorists have added some more complicated language. Developing a message is known as encoding. Okay, so I have developed a message. This is encoding. This is all encoding. Interpreting the message is referred to as decoding. Whatever I am speaking has been encoded. Okay, and you are decoding it, right? Is it clear, everyone? Sender, messages encode, transmission, that is signals, recipient is going to decode. Okay, yes, you are a decoder for sure, and then you are going to interpret the meaning. Fine. So this is the communication model. Is it clear, everyone? Great. The other important feature is the feedback cycle. When two people interact, communication is really one way only, right? If suppose you and me are friends, okay, and if it won't be a one-way communication, you are going to speak, I'm going to speak something, then you are going to speak something, right? So it can never be a one-way communication. Rarely it's a one-way communication. Okay, both the parties are going to speak something. When a person receives a message, she responds to it. So here what is happening is I am asking you something. Okay, obviously you are not speaking verbally because you are on mute, but yeah, you are responding to me through chat, right? So you are responding to me. You give reply to a message, my message, right? You are responding to my message. The feedback cycle is the same as the sender-receiver feedback noted in figure. Otherwise, the sender can't know whether the other party is properly interpreted the message or how they reacted to it. So that's why I asked you to give the feedback, fill the feedback form after the class, because I want to know whether what I have taught you have understood or not. Based on that, you give your feedback, right? Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Please let me know in the chat box. I'm not sure whether you have decoded what I was teaching you about communication model or not. Okay. Feedback is especially significant in management because a supervisor has to know how subordinates respond to directives and plans. Okay. The manager also needs to know how work is progressing and how employees feel about the general work situation. Fine. The critical factor in measuring the effectiveness of communication is common understanding. Understanding exists when all parties involved have mutual agreement as to not only the information but also the meaning of the information. Okay. So see, see, you are my student and I am your teacher. You are not prejudiced about me, right? So whatever I am going to encode, you are going to take it positively, right? But if it's, see, if there is a tussle between two people, suppose one is the manager and one is the subordinate. If there is a tussle between the manager and subordinate, in that case, subordinate is never going to listen to the manager, right? Because there is no agreement in between them, right? So whichever party is involved in communication, they should have mutual understanding. Then only they can then only the sender can send what has to be sent and receiver can receive what has to be received. Fine. And decoding of message can be effectively done in that case, right? Effective communication therefore occurs when the intended message of the sender and the interpreted message of the receiver are one and the same. Okay, so effective communication is something when the sender is sending what has to be sent and the receiver takes it in that manner only. Fine. Although this should be the goal in any communication, it is not always achieved. So see, sometimes why the communication is not effective, because both the parties might be prejudiced based on their personal experience with that specific person earlier, right? And sometimes, they might not be following the art of effective communication. They might be bad in terms of vocabulary. They might not be very sound in terms of grammar. They might not be very sound in terms of language, right? So that can act as a barrier to effective communication. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Akshata, Lakshmi, Sanobar, Wilfred, Seher, Dilshan, Sheikh, Kelvin, Sandeep, Nixon, Farooq, Ajit, Prabha and Khadija. Okay, fine, great. Khadija, is this your first class? Please let me know in the chat box. Okay, so, okay, Khadija, welcome to the class. Okay, and if you're not able to follow anything, you can ask me in the chat box. All right, and I would request you to be regular so that you can take the advantage of live classes. Okay, and also, attendance has to do with your grades. Okay, if your attendance is not appropriate, then your grades will be deducted. Okay, so that's why I'm asking you to be regular. All right, now. The most effective communication occurs at a minimum cost in terms of resources extended. Okay, yeah, you're most welcome. Time in particular is an important resource in the communication process. For example, it would be virtually impossible for an instructor to take time to communicate individually with each student in a class, right? See, I am the, I am what? Instructor here and you are the student. So see, if I am going to take out time to communicate with each and every student, will I be able to cover the most in my class? Yes or no? No, not at all. Because there are so many students in class. If I'm going to communicate with each and every one of you individually, then I won't be able to cover much in class. Okay? okay, in a class about every specific topic covered. Even if it were possible, it would be costly, right? Because if it is possible, I'm not saying that is not possible. I can communicate with each one of you individually, but it will kill a lot of time, and I would just be able to cover this one paragraph in one session, right? So it would be costly, right? And I will never be able to complete my syllabus on time. This is why managers often leave voice mail messages and interact by email rather than visiting their subordinates personally. So this is the reason. See, it's not possible for the manager to meet each and every subordinate. That's why they send mail to each and every employee. They'll just draft one mail and they will do the CC to each and every subordinate. Okay, in order to conserve time. Fine. However, efficient time-saving communications are not always effective. A low-cost approach such as email note to a distribution list may save time, but it does not always result in everyone getting the same meaning from the message. So see, people do that in order to conserve time. They just draft one mail and they send it to everyone, every subordinate. But it might be effective sometimes, but it might not be effective at times, because what you are interpreting, it's up to you. It's as per your own knowledge, right? And without opportunities to ask questions and clarify the message. Yeah, it's formal, it's taken in both the senses, okay? Most of the times it's used in formal context only. Fine, Nixon. Now, so see, if I'm sending mail to you, you don't get opportunity to ask questions and clarify the message, right? You may interpret it in a erroneous manner, right? In addition to a poor choice of communication methods, other barriers to effective communication include noise, physical distractions, language problems, and failure to recognize non-verbal signals. Some people, they are not able to recognize non-verbal signals. Okay. In that case, you won't be able to decode what the other party is saying. See, if I am speaking in English language and you don't understand English well, would you be able to decode what I am saying? Yes or no? So that would be a language barrier, right? In communication, there would be a language barrier in communication, right? Yeah. Okay. Joe, are you there? Yeah. So there are so many, when it comes to barriers, there are so many barriers. And see, if you and me are talking, suppose I am teaching, I am taking your class, and there are a lot of noise. There is a lot of noise at my end or at your end. Okay, if I am putting all of you on, if I am unmuting you all, in that case also, I might convey what I want to, but you won't be, because of distractions, which is a noise, you won't be able to get what I am saying, right? Right, everyone? Okay. So is it clear so far, everyone out there? Do you have any questions for me, or shall we proceed ahead? Okay, great. Joe, are you there? Yeah, thank you, Prabha. And sometimes, it's not like whatever I want to convey when it comes to face-to-face meeting, okay? It's not like they will convey what they want to verbally. Sometimes they try to give you non-verbal signals, right? And if you're not able to understand that, then it won't be effective communication. Because, we communicate why do we talk to each other? Because we want to convey some message. And if the message is not conveyed, what is going to happen? Communication won't be effective, right? Because the purpose is not sorted out for which two people were talking, right? Right, everyone? Joe, are you there? No, I'm asking Joe. Anyways, he is not responding. Now, sometimes communication is effective but not efficient. A work team leader visiting each team member individually to explain a new change in procedure may guarantee that everyone truly understands the change. But this method may be very costly on leaders' time, right? see, if I want to convey something and if I'm going to each and every candidate, in that case, you will understand what I want to make you understand. But it won't be efficient because a lot of time will be killed in that case. And I would be able to cover just this much in one class, right? So it would be effective but not efficient. Clear? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Okay, fine. A team meeting would be more efficient in that case. Rather than going individually to each and every subordinate, if a leader can arrange for a team meeting, it would be more efficient. He would get a chance to meet them each. Okay, individual. See, everyone will be there in the boardroom, right? So they can ask questions to subordinates if they have any queries, and it would be a physical communication as well, right? In these and other ways, potential trade-offs between effectiveness and efficiency occur. Is it clear? What does it mean when it comes to effective communication? What is the communication process? If you have any questions for me, please do ask me. So the next thing we are going to cover under this communication and interpersonal skills is methods of communication. Okay. So shall we switch over to that? Okay, great. All right. So I'm going to put that on the board. Fine, everyone? So can you tell me in rough about methods of communication we use, because we know, okay, communication is a very general thing. So what are the methods through which we communicate? We communicate verbally, and how we can communicate non-verbally? What are the methods through which we can communicate non-verbally? Please let me know in the chat box. Okay, we can, okay. Two ways of communication are there, verbally and non-verbally. How we can communicate non-verbally? Through email, through telephone. Telephonic is a non-verbal communication, or yeah, through text messages. What else? WhatsApp, email, SMS, right? And there are so many other things, right? Great, Nick. Great. Yeah. What else? Okay, is everyone able to see the board properly? All right. Okay. The standard methods of communication are speaking or writing by a sender and listening or reading by the receiver. So if I am the sender, I'm going to write it down, I'm going to draft an email, and I'm going to send it to you, you are going to read it, right? And if it is like I'm speaking, so here I am the sender, I'm speaking, and you are the receiver, you are listening to me, right, everyone? Most communication is oral, and one party is speaking and other party is listening. Like here in our case, which party is speaking and which party is listening? Here in class, which party is speaking and which party is listening? Please let me know in the chat box. Okay, so students are listening, and who is speaking? The instructor is speaking, right? All right. Okay. However, some forms of communication do not directly involve spoken or written language. Non-verbal communication, that is body language, body gestures, consists of actions, gestures, and other aspects of physical appearance that, combined with facial expressions such as smiling or frowning, can be powerful means of transmitting messages, right? At times, a person's body may be talking, even as he or she maintains silence, right? And when people do speak, their bodies may sometimes say different things than their words convey, right? A mixed message occurs when a person's words communicate one message while non-verbally he or she is communicating. So when do we get a mixed message? When do we get confused? See, if I'm speaking something and my body language is saying something else, my facial expressions are something else, it would give you a mixed message, right? Right, everyone? Although technology such as email has lessened the importance of non-verbal communication, the majority of organizational communication still takes place through face-to-face interaction. Okay, in most of the organizations they prefer face-to-face interaction. Every verbal message comes with a non-verbal component. Okay, receiver interprets messages by taking in meaning from everything available. When non-verbal cues are consistent with verbal messages, they act to reinforce the message. See, if I am saying, if you can get the same facial expression as my words, then you will have a better understanding of the message, right? It is going to reinforce what I want to, right? Right? But when these verbal and non-verbal messages are inconsistent, like I am saying something else and you can feel something, you can find some other expressions on my face, then it is going to create confusion at the backside of mind of receiver. Right, everyone? The actions of management are especially significant because subordinates place more confidence in what managers do than what they say. Okay, unless actions are consistent with communication, a feeling of distrust will underdetermine the effectiveness of any social exchange. Now, what are oral communication skills? Because a large part of a manager's day is spent conversing with other managers and employees. See, what is the key role of a manager? He needs to talk to the subordinates, he needs to talk to the client, okay, and he needs to talk to the higher authorities too. So if he is not having good communication skills, oral communication skills, would he be able to deliver effectively what he wants to, the manager? Yes or no? If he is not having good oral communication skills. No. Okay. Because a large part of managers' days is spent conversing with other managers and employees, the abilities to speak and listen are critical to success. See, it's not like if I can speak well and I don't listen. See, speaking has to do with listening too. Both are interlinked, right? If someone is speaking and I don't have got the capability to listen to people, okay, I'm short-tempered or I cannot listen to anyone, in that case, I won't be able to do justice, right? See, if you are not going to listen to the people, they will never listen to you. First thing is this. And moreover, unless and until you listen to someone, coolly, how you are going to understand, right? Yeah, impatient. For example, oral communication skills are used when a manager must make sales presentations, conduct interviews, perform employees evaluation and hold press conferences, right? In general, managers prefer to rely on oral communication because communication tends to be more complete and thorough when talking in person. So why managers prefer oral communication? Because they can interact with the whole group, and if the group is having some issues, then they can ask him directly, face to face, right? In face to face interactions, a person can judge how the other party is reacting, right? Get immediate feedback, and manager can get the immediate feedback that, okay, sir, this is clear to me, this is not clear to me. Can you please explain it to me again, right? In general, people tend to assume that talking to someone directly is more credible than receiving a written message, right? Right, everyone? And see, if you don't have got the active listening capabilities, then you can never have good communication skills. Why? Because if you are not a good listener, you can never be a good speaker. That is for sure. Is it clear, everyone? Do you have any questions for me based on whatever I have taught today? Do you have any questions? Anyone out there? Okay, so for the new attendees, I generally don't take this class. Okay, Mr. Vashisth takes this class. Okay, and he is a bit ill today, so I am taking his class. Okay, I am taking his class. Just a second. Just a second. Hello. Hello? Hello? Yeah, sorry, I got disconnected. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. So we are done for today. Thank you so much. Okay. Take care. Okay. And don't forget to fill the feedback form. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye. See you.